Dreams are easy. Anyone can dream. But without a daily routine, dreams stay dreams. You don't rise to the level of your motivation. You fall to the level of your habits. This is the story of a young man who had talent, passion, and big goals, but no routine, until one simple lesson changed everything. The English in this story will be simple, so you can also practice your listening and understanding. So take a deep breath, sit comfortably, and listen. The boy who lived on tomorrow. In a noisy modern city, there lived a 1-year-old young man named Aron. Aron loved music. He loved the sound of the guitar, the feeling of strings under his fingers, the idea of standing on a stage with lights shining on him. He had big dreams. He wanted to become a musician, to write songs, to have his own channel online, to play in front of a real audience one day. But there was a problem. Aron did not have a routine. In fact, his life had no rhythm at all. Some nights, he stayed up until 2 or 3 a.m., watching videos of his favorite artists, imagining himself in their place. Wow, I could play like that too, he told himself. One day I'll be on that stage. In the mornings, he woke up tired and late. Sometimes he picked up his guitar and played for a few minutes. But then his phone buzzed. A notification popped up, and he thought, I'll practice seriously later. I still have time. Later became tomorrow. Tomorrow became next week. Next week became someday. The guitar in his room was like his dream, always there, but rarely touched with real discipline. The pain of an unprepared moment. One day, Aron heard about a small music audition in his city. It was for a local show. Nothing big, nothing famous, but it was a real opportunity. If they choose me, he thought, I'll finally have a reason to take music seriously. Maybe this is my big start. He signed up. He had 3 weeks to prepare. On the first day, he was full of motivation. He picked a song, tuned his guitar, and practiced for an hour. This time, I'll be serious, he promised himself. This time will be different. But on the second day, his friend invited him to play games online. Just tonight, Aron said, I'll practice twice as much tomorrow. On the third day, he felt tired. He scrolled through social media, watched videos, and told himself, I'll practice on the weekend when I have more time. The weekend came. He practiced a little, but at random times, without focus, without a clear plan. Every night before sleeping, he said, I should practice more. Every morning, he said, I'll do it later. The days went by, one by one. Soon, there were only 2 days left before the audition. Panic finally woke him up. He sat down and tried to practice seriously. But his fingers were not ready. His voice cracked. He forgot lyrics. He couldn't play the song smoothly. I'm not ready, he whispered. But it's too late now. The day of the audition came. Aron stood backstage, holding his guitar with sweaty hands. His heart was beating fast. His legs felt weak. When his name was called, he walked onto the stage. The judges looked at him, waiting. He started to play, but his hands shook. He missed chords. His rhythm broke. His voice entered offbeat. The song he loved suddenly sounded like a mess. When he finished, there was a short silence. One of the judges said, You have talent. We can hear that, but you have no control. It feels like you didn't respect this opportunity. Talent without discipline is just a wasted gift. Those words hit him harder than any loud rejection. Aron went back home with his guitar on his back. He dropped the audition number on his desk and sat on the floor. He remembered all the nights. He said, I'll do it tomorrow. He realized something very painful. I'm not failing because I don't have a dream, he thought. I'm failing because I don't have a routine. The street musician. That evening, Aron couldn't stay in his room. His thoughts were too loud. He decided to walk through the city to clear his mind. As he walked past a busy street, he heard music. He followed the sound and saw a man in his 40s, sitting on a small stool, playing guitar on the sidewalk. The man didn't look famous. He didn't have expensive clothes or a big stage. But his playing was different. Every note was clean. Every chord was clear. His rhythm was steady, like a calm heartbeat. People slowed down to listen. Some put coins and bills into his open guitar case. Some smiled. Some stayed for more than one song. Aron stood at the edge of the small crowd, watching and listening. This is what I want, he thought. Not fame, not money, just this feeling. To play with confidence, with control, with peace. When the man finished a song and took a short break, Aron gathered his courage and walked closer. "Excuse me," he said. "Your playing is amazing. You sound so stable, so confident. How do you do it? I always feel messy and out of control when I play." The man looked at him kindly. "How long have you been playing?" he asked. "A few years," Aron said, "but I practice on and off, sometimes a lot, sometimes not at all. I always wait for inspiration. I guess I don't really have a routine." The man nodded slowly. "I see," he said. "Come, sit for a moment." Noise without rhythm. They sat down on a nearby bench. The man put the guitar on Aron's lap. "Play something," he said. "Anything. Don't worry about being perfect." Aron played a piece he liked. He rushed some parts, slowed down on others, and tried to show off a bit. When he finished, the man smiled. "You have good fingers," he said, "and good ears. But your playing is like your life. It has no rhythm." Aron frowned. "What do you mean?" he asked. The man picked up a small device from his bag. A simple metronome. He turned it on. Tick, 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 tick. A steady, regular beat. "Now," the man said, "I want you to play the same thing you just played. But this time, follow this beat. Slow down if you must. Simplify if you must. But don't leave the rhythm." Aron started to play again. At first it felt strange. He had to slow down. He made fewer fancy moves. He focused more on staying with the beat. After a few minutes, his playing began to sound smoother, more controlled, more musical. The man stopped the metronome and said, "Do you hear the difference?" Aron nodded. "Yes," he said. "It feels more solid, less messy." The man looked at him and said, "The same notes without rhythm are just noise. The same talent without routine is just wasted energy. Routine is the rhythm of your life. Without it, your dream will always sound messy." Those words sank deep into Aron's heart. The challenge of rhythm. The man introduced himself. He had once played in bands, performed on stages, and spent many years learning his craft. "When I was your age," he said, "I was like you. I had passion, but no routine. I played when I felt like it. I skipped practice when I was tired or distracted." Years passed, and I realized something painful. My talent had not grown, because my habits had not grown. He looked at Aron seriously. "If you only play when you feel inspired," he said, "you are not a musician yet. You are just a fan with a guitar." Aron swallowed. It hurt, because it was true. "So, what should I do?" he asked quietly. The man smiled. "I'll give you a simple challenge," he said. "Not a big one, just a small rhythm to start," he explained. "For the next 7 days, I want you to practice for 20 minutes a day, every day. At the same time, no matter how you feel, use a metronome or a simple beat. Play slowly, but in time. Don't try to impress anyone. Just show up and keep the rhythm." Aron frowned. "That's it?" he asked. "Just 20 minutes?" "Yes," the man said. "Because the goal is not to become great in 7 days. The goal is to teach your mind and your body that music time is not a random accident. It is a daily rhythm." He added, "Don't chase motivation, chase rhythm." Aron looked at his hands. He thought about all the times he had waited for the perfect mood. "Okay," he said finally, "I'll try. For 7 days, I'll keep the rhythm." The man smiled and shook his hand. "Come back here in a week," he said, "and tell me how it feels." building the invisible rhythm. The next day, Aron set an alarm for 7 p.m. He decided 7 p.m. is practice time every day. When the alarm rang, he felt lazy. He wanted to ignore it. He wanted to keep watching videos or chatting, but he remembered the man's words. Don't chase motivation, chase rhythm. So he picked up his guitar, turned on a metronome app, and started practicing. The first day, 20 minutes felt long. The second day, he almost forgot. He was out with a friend. When the alarm rang, he felt annoyed. I'll practice later, he thought. But then he stopped. No, he told himself, if I break the rhythm today,
I know
I'm
saying
teaching
sorry isn't
myself
enough, but
that my
I
dream is
truly
not
am.
important. He went
Just
home
try to be
earlier
more thoughtful
and did
next
his
time,
20
okay?
minutes. By the fourth and fifth day, something small changed. When the alarm rang, his body already knew what to do. His hands automatically reached for the guitar. The practice wasn't always exciting. Sometimes it was boring. Sometimes he made mistakes, but the rhythm stayed. Every day, 7 p.m., 20 minutes. Tick, 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 tick. He started to mark an X on a calendar. For every day he completed his practice. After a week, he looked at the line of X's. It was not very long, but it was real. For the first time, he thought, my dream is not just in my head. It is on my calendar. From routine to results. 1 week later, Aron went back to the street where he had met the man. The man was there again, playing a song with his calm, steady rhythm. When he took a break, Aron walked up. How did it go? The man asked. Aron smiled. I did it, he said. For 7 days, 20 minutes a day. Same time, with rhythm. It was harder than I expected, but I feel different. Not bigger, just more real. The man nodded. Good, he said. Now you understand something important. Discipline is not a prison. It is a rhythm that keeps your dream alive. He looked at Aron and added, you don't build your dream in one big performance. You build it in small, repeated rhythms no one sees. From that day, Aron didn't stop. He increased his practice to 30 minutes, sometimes 45. But the most important thing was this. He kept the same daily rhythm. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. His fingers became faster and stronger. His sense of timing improved. He recorded short clips of his playing, and when he listened, he could hear the progress. The dream in his mind was slowly becoming a skill in his hands, a different performance. Almost a year later, another local music event was announced. There would be auditions again. This time, when Aron saw the poster, he didn't say, I hope I'll get serious. He simply thought, I'm already serious. This audition is just one step in my rhythm. He signed up. On the day of the audition, he stood backstage again with his guitar. His heart still beat fast. He was still a little nervous, but something inside him was different. He felt a quiet confidence, built from hundreds of small, invisible practices. When his name was called, he walked onto the stage. In his mind, he heard a familiar count. 1, 2, 3, 4. He started to play the song he had practiced many times. His hands moved with control. His voice followed the beat. There were small imperfections, but the foundation was solid. When he finished, there was a short silence. Then one of the judges said, you have grown a lot. Your playing is stable. We can trust you on stage now. This time, Aron was chosen. He left the audition with a smile. Not a smile of surprise, but a smile of recognition. He knew why this happened. It wasn't luck. It wasn't magic. It was rhythm. It was routine. Your rhythm, your dream. Now, let's talk about you. You probably have dreams too. Maybe you want to learn a language, start a business, get healthier, write a book, or become excellent at something. But let me ask you, do you have a routine that protects that dream? Or do you only work on it when you feel like it? Without routine, dreams stay dreams. With routine, ordinary days. Quietly build an extraordinary life. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need a daily rhythm that your future can trust. So ask yourself, what is one small habit I can practice every day at the same time to honor my dream? Then choose a time, set an alarm, and start. If this story made you think about your own habits, give it a like so more people can hear it. Comment one small habit you want to practice every day from today. Writing it down is your first step to keeping the rhythm. Share this story with someone who has big dreams, but no routine yet. And subscribe to the channel if you want more simple English stories that help you discipline your mind, your habits, and your future, one small rhythm at a time.